Okay, Rob, we're going to talk about gold plating stainless steel using the universal plater.
Okay, as Terry said, we're set up here with the universal plater. This is set up particularly for doing stainless steel. So we have electroclean here, we have the Woods nickel strike here, and then our 24K brush gold solution, the standard brush gold. We do have it set up with the larger conversion bit, which goes from this little 1/8 inch to a bigger, so that we can have the bigger sleeves. The purpose this is to carry more solution as we're going to be doing a larger item, and also it just helps with doing electroclean and wood sometimes to have a bigger sleeve, carry more solution. So we have that on our Woods nickel strike as well. And then our gold, we just have the standard 1/4 inch gold sleeve on a conversion bit. Over here we have the piece we're going to be doing, which is 3/16 stainless steel. It's a polished stainless steel finish, and this is one of the hardest stainless steels to plate, the 3/16. So if you can do this, then you can pretty much do any steel, and this is the way you would want to treat any steel item that you're going to be plating. Okay, so let's just move right ahead. We're going to cover the concept of wetting out. That's something I really want to highlight. We call it wetting out, and that is the electroclean step. See, if you squirt water on stainless steel, it's just like it's a waxed car. The water just beads up, falls right off of it. This is a major problem. If you try and put gold straight on, it will not stick, it will not adhere, it'll take forever to go on. You shouldn't even move forward as long as your stainless steel is doing this. Now the electroclean step luckily fixes that.
What kind of voltage do we want to have for the electroclean?
Well, let's start out at 6 volts. What do you think of that?
Yeah, 6 or 7, I'd say. That's good.
We'll start out 6.
Okay, and you've shown us that the water just runs right off.
Yeah, and we'll highlight that again. I'm gonna go over the wetting out. Okay, so we'll start down here. We'll do like a 4-inch section. Okay.
Okay.
So we're just gonna start. You'll see a voltage drop on the machine, maybe by a volt. That's okay. That means that the current's flowing. That's actually a signal that your sleeve is soaked and that it's working properly.
Why don't you hold still for? Should there be some bubbling at the surface?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see with the woolly, but you would see some bubbling.
Okay.
If you had a flat sleeve, but the voltage drop shows me that
So we dropped down from our 6 to now we're down to about 5.1 volts while you're electrocleaning. Okay.
Yeah, and if you weren't getting that drop, then your sleeve may not be soaked. Prior to putting the sleeve on, I actually took it over to a sink and ran it under running water and wringed it out in my fingers. Just for the first time use, it really helps the sleeve to absorb the solution. Okay, so we're going to electroclean. You're okay to overdo this. You know, notice I'm not timing it. I'm just going over it. I want to make sure that I'm getting everywhere very well, because anywhere that is got that beating or breaking is not going to, you may as well not even continue if you have that. So let's check it at this point. It's probably been, I don't know, half a minute, 45 seconds. We're squirting the water on, and notice no longer is there water breaks. Over here where we haven't got, see that? It's just
huge difference.
Huge, it's just, yeah, the water just falls right off, whereas over here it stays wet. That's why we call it wetting out. And if on this piece, if I were to have an area over here where it's breaking after a second, see, even up here on the top edge it is a little bit, but that may just be because it sat for a second. I mean, this looks pretty good. But if there were a question, you know, I'm just going to go over it again for a second right there. Why not? It doesn't hurt. Let's go over it a little bit more. I believe this is probably electrocleaned sufficiently at this point. So make sure you rinse off between steps.
Now you're rinsing with what kind of water?
Just distilled water.
Distilled water?
I recommend that for every step.
You're using like one of those squeeze bottles.
Just a squirt bottle.
Yeah,
Okay. You can get them for a couple bucks. Okay, now we're gonna just get that water off. See, it's still wet out. Now I'm going to immediately move on to the Woods Nickel Strike, still at 6 volts. And I'm going to do about the bottom 4 inches here. I'm just going to quickly go over it for, you know, to get everywhere just real quickly, maybe 15 seconds.
While you're doing that, I'm going to... Okay, so we're getting about the same kind of voltage drop with the Woods Nickel Strike as you did with the Electro Clean. Now, should I expect to be able to see anything at this point?
No, you shouldn't see anything. If you're seeing burning, hazing, anything like that, you're probably too high on the voltage. But you also don't want to overdo this too much. Just a quick layer. It applies a non-visible. You may be able to see a difference. Probably not. And then after that step, it doesn't look as hydrophilic, which is odd, but we're going to move straight on to the gold plating now.
Now, what voltage do we want to be at?
We want to adjust our voltage down to, let's do 4.5.
We'll go to 4.5, okay?
Let's see if the gold just should go right on. And then 1 to 3 seconds, the area you're plating should begin turning gold. If it doesn't, there's some sort of issue. It shouldn't be taking 5-10 seconds to turn gold. Okay, see, we've already done that 2 square inch area right there. I mean, just flies on. And that's what you want to see. It's a very consistent look. You're not going to have splotchiness. You don't want to see any of that. If you're seeing that, that's probably insufficient activation or electro-clean. People can really have an issue with that, and it's almost always that. Either the electro-clean or activation. Now notice, on the electro-clean step, I electro-cleaned about 6 inches. I came about halfway up the strip to about here. Mm-hmm. Now I did the woods a little bit less, about 5 inches. Now I'm going to gold plate only about 4 inches, and that's to make sure the area on gold plating has been fully activated. So this area now looks beautiful. I hope you can see it good in the video. It's a very uniform, nice layer of gold. It looks great. I'm gonna
tip it back and forth a little bit.
Looks great.
And roll it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, toward me. No, that's good. Okay.
Okay. So now that area is gold plated, and that's what you're looking for. Now to move on and to do that, if I were going to do this whole piece, I would just move on to here, electro clean this section, do another 6 inch section, and then do that for a good minute. Then Woods Nickel Strike a 5 inch section, do that just for 20-30 seconds. Hold your piece so your woods isn't running down into your gold too much. Try and always angle your drippage well. And rinse it off, and then we would gold plate a 4 inch section, and it would look the same. You won't see a line here. You may want to taper over into the gold just a ½ inch or so, but you will have a uniform plate. And those are the main points we wanted to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please comment or give us a call. But that's plating stainless steel with universal, with electro clean, Woods Nickel Strike, and 24K standard brush gold. Thanks.